So you're thinking about growing a beard, or you've shaved yours off for a little while and you're thinking about growing it back. I'm 10 days in. Let's talk about what I've been going through. All right, guys, so here's a picture of my beard right before I shaved it off. And I shaved it off primarily really for two reasons. Number one is if you're new here and you don't know me, I'm an attorney and I had a big case scheduled. Was going to be like a 2-week trial. And to be honest, I just didn't want to take the time to have to take about 45 minutes to an hour every morning to work on the beard. Now I could wash it and condition it at night, but my beard gets when it's long like that, it gets really crazy. And it literally takes me as long to do style my beard in the morning as it does for my wife to style her hair, or pretty close to it anyway. And the second reason is that we did take a vacation down to Jamaica. I'll throw a couple pics up here. We took a trip down to Jamaica, and since I was going to shave for the trial I had, and I ultimately ended up getting the case settled like the Friday before the trial was supposed to start, which was really good. And then the next week we were heading out to Jamaica, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to not mess with it while we're gone. So if you're just starting to grow a beard for the first time, I will tell you, if you can, I think most people give up after about 2 weeks, and the reason is the itch. I am towards the end of the heavy itch period, and I want to talk a little bit about what I did to help that, and give a shout out to the Bearded Shark, who sent me a couple of really awesome face scrubbers, and they really help. They're just hard plastic tines or teeth in there. And what I would do is I would just get in with the beard shampoo and I would scrub. I would rinse out, I'd put the conditioner in, I'd scrub again, and then let the conditioner sit for a few minutes in the shower before I rinsed it out. And it did a great job of cutting down on the itch. But thanks, Mo, for sending me those. Really awesome thing for you to do. Check out Mo's channel. I'll link it down below. Okay, so a couple of the ways that I fought the itch. Really, first and foremost is you should start using beard oil right away. I think a lot of people think that you don't need beard oil until your beard gets long, and while it is just as important when your beard is long, what I found through trial and error is it is equally important when you're starting to grow the beard. Keep in mind that beard oil in and of itself isn't really for the beard hair. Now, it does coat the beard hair and give it some protection, but it's really to moisturize the skin underneath. And once you have a longer beard, when your beard starts to get longer, the sebum or the oil in your skin really gets kind of sucked out, and it really just can't keep your skin and beard hydrated. So it's important to use beard oil underneath the beard on the skin after it gets long. But what I found is that just as importantly, when you're starting to grow your beard, especially early on, use that oil to keep that skin hydrated, and it will cut down on the itch. You don't have to use a whole lot. Just put 3, 4, 5 drops in, rub it in really good, and just like really rub it into the skin down there, and that'll help out. Now, so when we're talking about that, really, then you have to decide which kind of beard oil do you want to use. And that's really going to come down to 3 factors. And the first factor is when you're starting growing your beard, what kind of skin do you have? The second thing is, what time of year are you starting to grow or regrow your beard? And then the third thing really is, what kind of oil do you prefer? And what I mean by that is, when I'm talking about growing the beard for the first time or regrowing it, I'm really looking at 2 kinds of oil. One would be a heavier oil that is really heavy on castor oil, something like Luxurious Bastard or Artius Man. So I would suggest using a heavier castor oil when you're starting to grow your beard, if you're starting in the summertime when you're sweating a lot, or if you're the type of person like me that tends to have oily skin. And the reason why, and I did a video, I'll link it down below. If you have oily skin or you're starting to grow your beard in the summertime when you're tending to sweat a lot, the good and the bad thing about castor oil is it's a thick oil, but over time, castor oil can cause your skin to dry out. So the reason I like to use a heavy castor oil when I'm starting to regrow my beard is I already have oily skin. And by using the castor oil, I get that nice conditioning of the skin to keep the itch down, but it's not going to make my skin overly oily to where I'm going to break out and get pimples. And interestingly, I had posted on Instagram probably about 4 or 5 days in, I was starting to break out. I was getting some pimples kind of around the bottom of my mustache line. And that's when Mo sent me a DM and asked if I had tried one of these yet, and I hadn't. So he sent me a couple of these out. They have helped out immensely. So, really get in a scrub. That'll help keep the itch down. That'll help keep the acne down. You would think when you're almost 50 years old that you wouldn't get zits, but I did. Immediately after I started using the scrubbers that Mo sent me, and I started using some heavy on the castor oil, beard oil, and I've just been rotating between Luxurious Bastard and Artiest Man. Any of the beard oils that have high castor oil content will help you out if you've got oily skin and you're breaking out. So once I started scrubbing with the scrubbers and using the heavy castor content oil, the acne disappeared and the itch was cut way down. I'm at about day 10 or 11 now. I still have a little bit of itch, but it's a couple more days and I'm going to be past the itch phase and I'm going to be good to go. So that's tip number one for me if you're thinking about growing a beard for the first time, or if you're thinking about regrowing your beard after you've shaved it, is definitely use beard oil from the beginning. Now, if you're the type of person that has dry skin or doesn't tend to break out, then I would suggest a little trial and error, but I would probably use a bit of a lighter oil, something like Honest Amish, or something from Beard Octane. They're a bit of a lighter oil, and they'll definitely help keep that skin hydrated without making your skin overly oily, especially if you have dry skin. They're high in things like coconut oil, which are a bit lighter, and they don't dry out your skin over time like a heavy castor oil content can. The second thing I've done this time that I haven't done previously when I've started growing a beard is using a biotin supplement. I'm using Live Bearded's Beard Boost. There's mixed research out there about how much biotin can help with hair growth and nail growth. To me, it seems like it has helped. Theoretically, it should help you grow length, both in your nails and in your hair, not just beard hair, back hair, hair everywhere. But it doesn't, the research has shown that it doesn't work for all people, but I think overall it does work for most. I have noticed that I'm growing a bit faster using the Beard Boost. There are some other great companies that make other biotin products. I know Beard Octane makes one. Or you can just go on Amazon and grab some biotin from like a Nature Made. Just make sure you're getting a quality product from a quality company, and you'll be good to go. I would probably suggest, if you're growing a beard for the first time, check out Beard Octane's Biotin Supplement or the Live Bearded supplement. Pretty simple. If you take vitamins, you just throw it in with your vitamins once a day. If you don't, just take your supplement once a day and see if it works. The one thing is it can't hurt. I mean, you're not going to get hurt from it. Biotin's a very safe supplement, and if it helps you grow your beard longer, great. It's not going to help you grow a thicker beard. Biotin's not going to help you grow a thicker beard. Oils are not going to help you grow a thicker beard. Butters are not going to help you grow a thicker beard. Beard serums that tell you that they're going to help you grow a thicker beard are not. Biotin can help you grow your beard in length a little quicker. All of the other things that we use, beard oil, beard butter, whatever it may be, they help you grow a healthier beard, but it's not going to help the thickness and help your beard come in more uniform or more thickly. more thickly. Thickly, I don't think that's a word. Thicker, but it will help you have a healthier beard. My third tip is really universal, whether you're growing your beard for the first time, regrowing it, you've got a 3-month, 6-month, 3-year, 6-year beard, and that is just to be careful about over shampooing your beard. First of all, never use hand or face soap, regular hand or face soap on your beard. And for me, that goes from day one to if you've had a beard growing like a ZZ Top beard. And you never want to use head shampoo on your beard either. Again, whether it's day one, year 1, or year 10, because that tends to overstrip the oils from your beard. So what I do is I don't really change up my routine from when I'm starting to grow it or whether I've been growing it for 6 months or a year. And that is, depending on my activity level, I'll shampoo the beard 2 to 3 times a week, and then the other days I'll co-wash, where I just use a really good conditioning beard conditioner, and I'll put it in, I'll scrub it up if you know, early in my beard growth if I'm using one of these, and then I'll just rub it in and let it sit for 4 or 5 minutes, rinse it out. That'll clean your skin. You'll be fine there. You just want to be careful not to overly shampoo, even with a good beard shampoo, your beard at any time, but especially when you're starting to grow it, you want to keep that oil in there. And again, when you get out, dry it off, put your oil in, and you're good to go. And then the last thing I want to talk about regrowing or starting to grow a beard is, for me, this is what works for me. Again, it's trial and error. I will not use a beard balm as I'm starting to regrow my beard until it gets to the point where I need it for styling, which will probably be after about 30 to 45 days. When I get the hairs that are going everywhere, I start getting the waves, that's when I'll start using the beard balm. I don't know that there's a problem if you want to start using it earlier. It just, for me, the oil is enough. The proper conditioning with the conditioner and the proper oil is good enough for probably the first 30 to 45 days. But I tell you what, the guy to ask, if you feel like maybe you should be using beard balm earlier, or even beard butter earlier, shoot over to Dan C. Bearded's channel, ask him, because he is the guru on all things technical about growing the beard for sure. Give a shout out to Dan. Dan's helped me out so much in my understanding of how to grow a healthy beard, how to keep your beard healthy. And Dan does such a good job for all of us in the bearded community. And yes, we do have a bearded community both here on YouTube and on Instagram. If you got any questions, particularly about real technical aspects like that, shoot over to Dan's channel. He'll get back to you. Shoot him a DM on Instagram, Dan C. Bearded. He'll get back to you. He's such a great guy. So I also want to give a shout out to Beardyvlogger. I'm going to link his channel down below. Check out his videos. He does such a good job of just talking about the bearded community and that sort of thing. He recently did a video, the top beard channels on YouTube with under 1,000 subscribers, and I want to give a shout out to him, say thank you for putting me on there. And I felt bad. I had taken such a long break from doing videos while I was doing that trial, and then I was out of town, that I want to thank you guys too for sticking with me. I didn't lose any subscribers during that time. I'm going to have videos coming a few times a week now as I go through this process. Yeah, guys, that's it. That's where I'm at. I'm about 10 or 11 days. I'm about past the itch. What I've talked about so far is how I've gotten through the worst part of the itch. If you're thinking about growing a beard, or if you're in the process of starting, I would just tell you this: get through the itch. You can do it. Just, use these tips to get through that initial itchy period. And once you get past a couple to 3 weeks, the itch isn't going to be a problem anymore. And then you're going to run into the real fun problems about growing a beard, which is like me. Mine gets wild, mine gets wavy, but I tell you what, there are real easy ways to combat that. Keep your beard hydrated with a good beard butter. Keep your skin moist with a good beard oil, and then grab yourself some luxurious bastard beard balm for the hold. It does a great job. That's That's it, guys. As always, I appreciate it. Leave me comments, questions down below, and I'll see you in the next one.